Hey everyone, in today's vlog, we are going to talk about what does it mean when people say your greatest weakness is your biggest strength? Like, what exactly does that mean? So I'm going to explain it. I'm going to give you a visual of how it works in vibration, in energy, how that actually works. So if we look at this third density, we have consciousness here, right? And consciousness is always looking out. So it looks like this has an eye. So consciousness isn't judging anything at all. Consciousness is just awareness and it's just being. And what consciousness wants is an experience. So that's why I drew this eye here. It's literally just looking out. Now, without polarity, consciousness can have absolutely no experience. So what happens is this positive charge, this circle, so if you look at this sphere, visualize the sphere as all of consciousness. And the body of the magician is here in surrender. The body needs to be surrendered because the body holds the subconscious mind. So if this is consciousness, consciousness has the energy because it's a positive charge, and positive charges go outwards. So consciousness has the energy to kind of explode outward and create cell division. So what happens is when this explodes outwards, we now have, so we've got this consciousness here, it explodes outwards, and now we've got this cell which breaks itself. It goes through a division. So now this positive, see how it's dark here? It's no longer dark. It's actually expanded and it's clear. So now we have a positive charge and we have a negative charge. So now that we've had cell division, this creates polarity. So the middle here, so this is a Vesica Pisces together, but the middle here is the Vesica. So what happens when consciousness explodes itself outwards and it creates polarity? The High Priestess here is polarity. So when polarity is created by her, see how she's sitting in between the dark and the light? What that means is that she creates the shadow self. She is the subconscious mind, okay? So this woman, negative charge, feminine, negative charges receive, they bring you inwards. Positive charges will explode outwards, okay? So let's call this now the subconscious mind. So what we have here in this polarity, in this Vesica Pisces, we have the Vesica. The Vesica is the neutral charge. So the Vesica, so consciousness is just looking, right? Remember, it's unfed. But now what happens when you have the subconscious mind, you create polarity. And with polarity, in your organs, so your subconscious mind lives in the fluid of your body, okay? And within your organs, within your tissues, your cells, all of it, your records are held. So all of past lives, all information is held also within the subconscious mind. And we are here to clear and to move forward, to expand our consciousness. We're here for lessons of growth so that we can get to love and understanding, to unconditional love, and grow our consciousness, expand it, okay? With that said, since most of our experience in this neutral part, this is all neutral, but most of our experience will be from the subconscious mind. So what happens is when the subconscious mind is not only polarity, but it's also the potentiator. So the subconscious mind, because this guy is only observing, is who will potentiate everything that happens in our lives and everything that kind of becomes matter. How does it do that? It does that through the unconscious mind. So if you see these two women, it's a negative charge and a negative charge. So the two negatives repel for sure. But since this guy is unfed consciousness, the circle, and it's just looking for an experience, it takes the repulsion of these two negatives and it feeds it to the Emperor, who is personal consciousness. So this Empress here, so we've got the the subconscious mind, this Empress here, who is the catalyst, very important, becomes your unconscious mind. And what happens here is, if you're coming from this neutral space, the Vesica is neutral. But most people don't come from this neutral place until later on in their life, until they start becoming more conscious. So what happens is, this Empress usually takes on in the unconscious mind. So without consciousness, she is also the ego. She's your I before you realize she's not your I. So she has kind of come unconsciously. And what happens is, because cell division is a thing, what happens in the unconscious mind is the cells want to keep dividing, but they divide unconsciously. So I've kind of drawn it out here like a squiggly, not a perfect sphere. It's a bit squiggly, okay? So this unconscious mind is not coming from the neutral spot of the Vesica. This unconscious mind is coming from fear, anything that this subconscious mind is providing it. Okay, so the squiggly lines, what we're doing is we're feeding the outside of our cells. And what happens inside your body, if you do this for a lifetime, if you live a lifetime of judgment, is the body presents it in like disease, right? Like the waters of the unconscious mind, if you keep experiencing the unconscious in life over and over, and it turns into matter over and over, and your experiences are negative over and over, so you just are in a state of low vibration, it turns into disease in your body. And this is how it does so. Okay, now if or when we become more conscious, what we do is we utilize the space in the Vesica because it's no neutrality. Remember, we are living a life of polarity. Without polarity, we have no experience. So what polarity means, if you look at this, can you see it? Yeah. So if you look at this straight line, polarity basically creates an experience of positive, negative, positive, negative, positive, negative. But if we're in this unconscious, subconscious mind, which repel each other and will just create, what that means is that the cells will just go throughout the body and create squiggly cells like in different parts of the body. That's the repulsion, the two negatives, until you start bringing consciousness to the experiences inwards. That is what heals your cells. And that brings me to perception. So the Emperor here is the experience. So it's not the experience in matter yet. The significator is the experience in matter. The Emperor is your personal consciousness. So until your personal consciousness wakes up and really, so here's the I looking back. So until your personal consciousness, so this is cosmic consciousness, this is now your personal consciousness, until this consciousness wakes up and starts observing the unconscious mind and starts observing the subconscious mind and starts realizing, holy shit, this is not my I, nor is it my M, because this is the I, this is the M in the beginning when we're unconscious still coming from this polarity. Negative and negative. When he starts realizing what the heck has been going on all my life, this is where the rhythm shifts in your thoughts, in your perception. Remember what polarity is. Polarity is basically an axis. So there's your long line. And the axis requires harmony. Okay, the vibration for this to happen, you need these aha moments, which are harmonic moments in your life, which create coherence. Because polarity, the reason we have this polarity here, these two negatives here, is because they're here to create consequence for you all your life until they are realized. And when they're realized and you start to shift the rhythm, because this is your heart chakra as well, which also means rhythm, when you begin to shift the rhythm to love and understanding and not judgment, because before this creates a lot of judgment, that's when your third eye starts to open. So that's when this begins to observe this. And it's the rhythm of love If it's not there, then the individual will continue to align with ego, fear, the M, the subconscious mind, and the frequency and energy of the measurement is going to be like this. It's going to be long and slow, and it fucking sucks. Long and slow. So what you want to do once it's realized from the heart chakra, your rhythm actually goes up, your vibration moves up. So the wisdom and light come through this vibration, which is your significator. So that is why when you look at this, if you put this polarity here and just shift it this way, this is why something that created huge amounts of fear here, you will understand it as love, and it can help you. The subconscious mind is here to help you. So this is what people mean when they say like, what created so much fear and doubt in me. So here's the mind. Let's say, see the dot here? So this is your mind, which creates this polarity with her, which creates questions, and then our mind wants to answer everything. But our mind wants to answer things in this box, not outside the box. It wants to stay here. So what happens is when this box is broken and you kind of look outside of the matrix, you will have no more doubt because you're coming from love and understanding. And this is where your perception shifts. You transform because now you turn what is negative into a positive. That's what mind transformation means. And that takes you into the great way, which is the cosmic way. And you are able to connect with cosmic consciousness. Love you guys so much. I hope that helps. Bye.